If your law firm is still trying to grow with just Google Ads, old school SEO, or generic blog posts that no one reads, this might explain why you're stuck. What used to work just 5 years ago, well, it's expensive, it's saturated, and honestly, it's just outdated. But here's the good news. Firms that are growing right now, they aren't doing more. They're just doing things differently. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how they're doing it. For a long time, the advice was simple. You want to rank higher. You just run more ads, you want to produce more content, and that's going to equal more traffic. But traffic doesn't equal clients. And in today's market, chasing volume just leads to burned budgets and disappointing results. What actually works now is focusing on the quality of your traffic and how efficiently you convert it into book consultations. It's not about quantity. It's all about quality. It's about showing up the right way, in front of the right people, with systems in place to respond quickly and close the loop. Let's talk about content. Cranking out 20 blog posts a month, it doesn't help if none of them solve real problems or fit into a strategy. In fact, lower quality content can drag your website down in search results, and over time, it can really hurt your brand's credibility. Instead, think structured content strategy. Start with a main topic, something like estate planning in New Jersey, and build supporting blog posts, videos, and even emails that expand on key questions or pain points around that topic. This isn't about volume. It's about relevance, usefulness, and intent. And what about your website? Well, your website is still important, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. Clients aren't just Googling anymore. They're checking their email, they're scrolling Facebook, watching YouTube, reading Reddit, reading reviews, and if you're only showing up in one place, you're invisible everywhere else. That's why a multi-channel presence, or omnipresence, is becoming so powerful. Law firms that use video, email, and social content in tandem are earning trust faster, and they're staying top of mind longer. You don't need to go viral. You just need to be consistently visible in the right places. Here's something a lot of law firms miss. Most of your marketing problems, they aren't marketing problems at all. They're lead management problems. You're spending money on traffic, but you're not following up fast enough. You're collecting leads, but not qualifying them before you get them to book a consultation. You're trying to do it all manually, and you're burning out. It doesn't matter how good your ad or blog post is. If a potential client reaches out and gets no response, they are gone. And the gap between interest and intake is where firms are losing the most money these days. And the firms that are growing today have a few things in common. They've automated their intake and follow-up. They've stopped relying on someone just remembering to respond. They built a system that responds instantly, qualifies leads, follows up across channels, and books appointments without anyone having to manage it. Just think about it. You've already done the work to generate interest. Now the goal is to make sure that every inquiry is answered, every good lead gets booked, and every opportunity is tracked. This doesn't just increase your revenue, it reduces your overall stress. Let's touch on paid advertising for a second and SEO. Google Ads, they are still useful, don't get me wrong, but the costs are rising and the competition is extremely steep, especially in the legal field. SEO, it's still worth investing in, but it's slower and harder than ever, especially with all the AI search results getting in the mix to show up in search results. And that's why we're seeing successful firms shift toward platforms like Facebook and YouTube as more flexible, lower cost alternatives. With a good video and strong targeting, you can reach the right clients earlier in their decision-making process. And that's before they're comparing you to 12 other firms on Google. Pair that with a solid follow-up system, and you'll outconvert firms that are spending 2 to 3 times more. So, quick little recap here on the modern playbook. You want to focus on quality, not quantity. That's both in your traffic and your content. Create structured campaigns, not the scattered shotgun approach. Show up across multiple channels, not just your website. Automate the boring stuff so leads get followed up with immediately. and track what's actually turning into book clients, not just traffic. Growth today isn't just about grinding harder. It's about building better systems that let you scale without working more hours. Because let's be honest, your time is better spent serving clients than chasing leads. If you've ever felt frustrated by the do more marketing advice out there, then this is your permission to just stop. You don't need to create more content. You need to create better content with a clear plan. You often don't need more leads. You need a system that converts the leads you already have. That's what forward-thinking firms are doing right now. And honestly, that's how marketing should work. If you'd like to learn more about how we help law firms grow, then click the link in the description and book your call today.